We have one more brand new chapter 3, but I'm gonna save that one for last, the best for last or something. And this time, we're gonna go back and check out some of the expanded existing routes. Let's see here, the Fury. The Fury is the one where we went to see a giant princess mommy, and then I think when I did it, I tried to fight her, and then even though it looked really, really bad, I still got to defeat her, but then in the chapter 3 battle, I think both of us, we just got whisked away before the battle really came to a conclusion. So I think the overall route is still the same, but there's a lot of expansion of new voice lines and details, and maybe sub-endings. Let's try going for this one then. And we'll go from the tower, which is, we take the blade, talk to the princess before trying to fight her, and then we give up. We give up. Okay, sounds good.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin.
Yes. We will go in the cabin. We will take the blade. And we will talk to her. Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Yeah, something like that. I'm just here to talk. Well, if we're giving up, I guess we can drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands.
Wait, how am I gonna try to kill her without the blade?
With an unceremonious clang.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
I will slay you without even a blade. I'll pick it back up again, right?
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw.
She's strong.
It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurt! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit.
She's beating me up and she doesn't even have a freaking knife.
We can still turn this around.
I think I'm just gonna give up here.
Are you serious? As internal bleeding sets in, the blade falls from your trembling hands, clattering to the ground uselessly. You lacked the will to finish the job, your bruised and broken body falling to its knees before her.
I probably tried to fight her completely the first time, but we still lost in the end.
The princess, exhausted, chest heaving with heavy breaths, tosses the blade away from you. This is the end, isn't it?
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
This princess is a warmonger.
She plants her foot on your chest and pushes you onto your back, the air leaving your lungs in a heavy puff. And then she brings her knee to your throat.
I love you anyway.
She leans into it with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess, shattering your windpipe and leaving you starved for breath.
It's too bad. I was looking forward to some company.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2. And we can guess that we come in here with probably the voice of the broken.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her.
Who's here with me? Oh, she's gonna kill me again.
Again? If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? What does it matter what he knows?
There we go.
There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again.
So from the tower, this time we're gonna be a little bit different. We're gonna resist her as much as we can.
She is not going to kill you.
Let's keep going.
A warning before you go any further.
We should just pledge ourselves to her.
Can
Maybe.
we tone down the pessimism just a smidge?
I feel like this princess is the one that many people will just give up as soon as they see her.
I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her.
Oh, shut up, narrator. Blah, 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 blah.
If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here.
Oh, Broken. That's not true. I value your opinion.
The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest.
We will take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar.
Forget about the mirror. We're gonna go down. She's already said some scary stuff to us.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall.
How could you not immediately look at that and just be like, my queen, yes, I will do whatever you want.
The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
Broken, come on, have a little bit of optimism here. We will not drop the blade.
As if on command, the blade slips from your grasp. It clatters uselessly to the floor.
Okay, I forgot about that. I am not kneeling.
Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs buckle, and your knees hit the floor.
You can't, you're not the boss of me. Oh, the last time we met, you tried to kill me, and here you are again, trying to succeed where you've already catastrophically failed.
What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
The last time we met?
Remain silent.
Do you think holding shut your beak is enough to stop me from prying it open? Do you think your skull can save your thoughts from being seen?
I was checking out what was going on with the Slay the Princess subreddit, and it looks like there's a ongoing debate right now as to whether the protagonist has a beak or some other kind of mouth. Just a fun fact.
You're less broken than I thought.
Because he's not in control.
Perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters.
Oh. Oh, I can't. I have to pick up the blade? Okay.
You reach forward and grasp the blade.
Stand.
Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably gonna stand anyway.
We have to resist.
You can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce.
Uh-oh. Oh, this is it? I can't resist?
Oh, we'll end this all right. Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat.
Ooh.
Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End her.
Oh, why can't I resist? Why is it grayed out? I'm actually not sure. No, slay her.
Your body is sluggish and unresponsive, actively fighting against you, but you do your best to stagger forward. One step at a time, you move towards the princess.
Oh, maybe that was normal. Maybe I just forgot. Oh, I stabbed myself. I stabbed myself, but I can keep going.
Or you can pathetically struggle against yourself until the floor of this temple is painted with the bloody impressions of your futility.
Nope, nope, I'm gonna keep going. Gonna keep going.
No. Yes. Though your body trembles, struggling to defend itself in the face of the princess's overwhelming will, you finally manage to break through, darting to her side before she can react. The wind of your freedom rushes through you,
First
and
blood.
you channel it into a decisive blow, stabbing into the soft flesh of her ankle and severing the tendons in an act of unyielding defiance.
Yes! She beats the crap out of me.
Your body is crushed as she pulverizes you into the floor, the ground itself breaking from the impact. You lie there, broken, beyond pain, unable to even see what she's done to you. But the princess is succumbing to her own wounds as well.
Yes!
She looks down upon her body in abject horror and disgust.
Mutually assured destruction.
You made me use my hands. I can feel myself twisting into something new, something dull, something defiled. What have you done to me?
You're monsters and conspirators. I can't bear to watch this.
He really would just rather submit to her.
The princess has been nothing but cruel to you. You should feel liberated by her fall.
Okay, we just moved straight into the fury there. She died, we died as well, but that's fine. Here... Yeah, I think we just go through this normally and see what's new.
Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously.
If we hit the point of no return you mentioned, then what happens?
Then what happens? Have you even been listening? It's the end is what happens. Yeah, but is there something after the end? How am I supposed to know? The end means finality. It's not like I can just peek on over to the other side and tell you what it's like there, if there even is a there. It doesn't matter.
You wouldn't know.
Because we're going to win. Now that's exactly the sort of mindset I like to see. Don't let yourself be consumed with self-doubt. Don't flirt with oblivion. Just focus on the present and everything will be absolutely fine.
No matter what happens next, it seems like our answers are at the cabin. We might as well see this through.
Good. We're all on the same page. It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up at the cabin on the hill. That's it? No final words of advice? I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard. If there's still a princess at the cabin, maybe we can salvage things. Maybe if we just grovel and apologize, things can go back to how they were before. Oh, cut it out, will you? We need to be tough right now, and you're making it so much harder than it has to be, so stop whining.
Broken and stubborn is kind of a rough combination for Broken.
The interior of the cabin is a place that feels long forgotten.
The mirror's blocking me this time. I guess I'll still take the blade.
You take the blade from the pedestal. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
It would be. Approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. Almost as if you don't see it. But you must, because it's right there in front of you. All we see is a damn mirror.
We never got a very, super clear explanation for this mirror business, huh?
Grimy? Why don't we wipe it clean? The mirror. What are you talking about? You're standing in front of a door. Whatever non-door thing you think you're looking at, it isn't real, because if it were real, I'd know about it.
These narrator lines are real? I feel like we've heard them, we've heard so many different variants across so many routes.
It's right there. Smash it. Smash it to pieces. It's the only thing keeping us from her. Don't you want to know what we'll see in there? We won't be able to see anything if we smash it. Nah, I'm with him on this one. Smash it. Let's get violent already. Do whatever you want with it. The mirror...
Okay, we'll smash it.
You bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its ancient hinges moaning as it reveals the dim path ahead. Why am I not surprised? You step forward into the darkness. The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. The air is thick, its odor an oppressive violence. The metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains. Her voice, a bellowing rage, roars up the stairs.
Was severing the tendons of my ascension not enough for you? Was it not enough to rend my divine heart? Come, see the horrors you've wrought upon my flesh, and feel my hands set upon your throat. See how you've soured my once divine melody.
She's so angry with us. Why? Why did you desecrate her? Why couldn't I stop you?
Broken! Get a hold of yourself!
You've got to stop thinking about her like that. It isn't doing anyone any good. She's not some untouchable god. She's an abomination, and we're going to put an end to her once and for all.
Whatever she is now is our fault. If she's an abomination, then what does that make us?
It's fine. We'll be fine, Broken.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted in blood, a deep, sickening red that drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor. The princess stands in its centre, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
Very like a female Titan from Attack on Titan.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
Probably murder me or something. There's not so much a hesitation as she steps forward.
And then, with a nauseating sound, the skin tears. It plops to the ground, and she pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings.
Yeah, last time I went straight up for Slay the Princess. I didn't even say it. Wait, we don't have to do this.
You're right. We don't. But I want to. So badly.
She bounds across the room, her fists ready, her heart set upon your destruction. With a horrifying squelch, you are unwound.
No, that's our stuff. She can't just do that.
She just did. Unfortunate, I know, but reality is reality.
You should all just be grateful she's decided to keep us alive. Even in her defilement, she is merciful.
We're not out for the count just yet.
Yeah, last time. I don't think this is what happened. Okay, we'll be submissive, just like Broken once, maybe. You damn cheater! Give me my insides back!
But the words don't leave your metaphorical mouth. Instead, all that leaves you is a wet and horrible gurgling as tissue vibrates out of place. Our metaphorical mouth.
Oh dear.
You don't have the means to speak anymore, do you? How tragic. It is tragic though, isn't it? I'm not satisfied dividing fear and indignation from your eyes alone. A quivering mound of flesh is no companion.
She snaps her fingers,
Oh!
and the basic form of a vocal system assembles before you.
Now, little bird, what was it you wanted to tell me?
Yeah, we just straight up died last time. We just straight up died. Now we get a bit of a bigger talk. I said... We have to stop hurting each other.
Hurting each other? You've already taken my capacity for pain. You're the only thing left that hurts here.
I made her like this.
Just submit already. What is there left for us to do?
It's hopeless. Submit.
Yes, it is hopeless. This is what we deserve.
Pathetic. I can't believe we have to share a body.
Let's see how deep we need to dig to find the defiant little spark of your soul. This will hurt you.
She's so offended by how last time we even slashed her ankle, she's gonna make it so painful for me. A nail on her head. Multiple nails. And devil horns.
Something infiltrates you. Though you do not see it, you feel it, slithering into your disaster of a body, seeping into the gaps between your molecules. The body of a sapient creature has, on average, 30 trillion cells. And each one of those cells is composed of 100 trillion some odd atoms. One of those cells is peeled from the others. 100 trillion atoms are gone.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Yes? I think.
I thought Hansi was getting me already. No.
Then 2 are peeled away.
Oh.
Then 4.
She's peeling my cells?
This is nothing. Nothing! 8, 16, 32, 64.
Whatever is happening to us, it's happening faster.
128, 256, 512.
I'm surprised you're keeping track, narrator. It's doubling.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
1024, 2048, 4096, 8192.
Is this a Apotheosis trick question?
I feel small. Smaller than before.
16,384, 32,768, 65,536. You can't just count us into oblivion. 131,072.
Oh, yes, he can.
262,144. 524,288. What happens when it gets higher? Like, really higher? Nothing. Just like nothing's happening now.
But something is happening now. Something in us is liquefying. Something that started small but that keeps getting bigger.
But we don't even know what it is. Because we don't have the organs to perceive it anymore. We don't have a mouth. It's a wonder our voices are still functional and cognizant.
1,048,000. The hundreds don't matter anymore.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
2,096,000. 4,192,000. 8,384,000. I don't like this waiting.
Waiting for something to happen. But it's taking so long.
We have a lot of cells.
16,768,000. 33,536,000. 67,072,000. Your eyes are useless. 134 million. The thousands don't matter anymore. Your blood begins to go places it shouldn't.
For a second, I thought she was disintegrating too, but I'm pretty sure it's because my eyes are disintegrating.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
What are you doing to me?
There's the pain. I can feel it now. But we can handle this. We can't let her win.
We can't handle anything. We're at her mercy.
268 million. We don't need to count anymore. Your lungs fill with liquid. You smell things you shouldn't. You choke on pieces of what used to be you. Doesn't matter, because we're still alive. You are deconstructed. You are reconstructed. A square you. A round you. A you with too many legs. A you with many mouths which won't stop screaming. Then all of it pressed into a ball, tightly packed into the size of a fist.
Oh my
What
goodness.
does you even mean anymore? We just keep changing into horrible things we can't control. Make it stop, please. Make it stop. Please make it stop. You means we exist. There has to still be a way for us to win. Otherwise this would be pointless, and all this torture would be for nothing.
You're right about one thing. It is torture. But it isn't pointless. The whole point is that it's torture.
Somehow the last thing to go is still our voices. I don't even know what I am. I'm like a cell.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Your voice still rings so clear.
No.
Yes.
Stubborn hanging on.
The ball is unraveled into the shape of a body. The skin peels off in a corkscrew.
Ooh.
The eyes are plucked.
Oh
the
my
organs
God.
arranged in the air in a neat row.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
No. Yes.
Stubborn still hanging on.
You are stretched into a line 12 feet long,
Ooh.
then 24, then 48. The line gets thinner as you get longer. A mile. 2, 4, 8.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
He's waiting until we completely break, but Stubborn won't break.
Yes.
16, 32, 64.
Stubborn.
No.
Oh. Even he has to give up.
And then, all at once, there is a great rewinding, and all of the disparate threads that once were you fall dutifully back into place. You are whole again.
What?
And in your body.
Oh.
The same body you arrived in. The princess stands before you, her dress of skin more tattered than before, her face sullen.
It's all hollow. I ripped you to pieces. I broke your will. But it means nothing.
We're meant to be, princess. We're meant to be. Even if we hate each other this loop, I'll love you the next. It'll just keep going.
I am forever a piece unfinished. A song with no refrain.
Oh, I can't even bring myself to hate you even in this route. There's nothing for you to say.
We're so different. How could I ever hope for you to understand me?
But we did understand each other in another life.
She stands, arms outstretched, neck craned, gaze transfixed on something unseen above you both.
But perhaps there is a way to grant you understanding. Perhaps there is a way to make myself whole once more.
You are unwound again. But it's different this time. Nothing slithers into your cells. You can feel something changing inside of you. But you see her changing too. Threads, strands of you, becoming pieces of something new. Something that's both you and her. Oh no, absolutely not. You have to stop this. Do you hear me? You have to stop this or the entire world ends.
But there is nothing left to stop anything. Your consciousness drifts towards hers.
Yes. Yes. See me as I have had to see you.
I don't even know what is happening anymore. She's unraveling me, she's unraveling herself. You do. You see a towering heart, wounded and alone. One that is familiar to you, if distant.
No, this isn't right. I feel cold.
This is a love story. She's wounded and alone. The tethers that started to form between you have snapped. Your union has been halted. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. The voices are all gone. No one can complain. You've withered. This is our third princess. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Oh, that's a different... Okay. Haven't seen that before.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is desecration. She placed the weight of her agony on you, yet it is she who unwound herself. There is passion and empathy buried under her unfeeling skin. She will make for a weathered heart.
What do you do when you're hurt? You lash out, you hurt the people who hurt you. But did it make her feel any better? She ended up killing herself. That's a new one.
Do not mourn her. She has finally found peace.
Oh, goodness. So this is our third one. I'm pretty sure we can ask, how many do you want? But it's 5, right? How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
We will know when we near our destination.
Right. I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. And we're back here once more. This is one of those routes where like you go in kind of confrontational and you're angry and stuff, but then by the end here you're still sad all the same. Because it's a love story. Sometimes love hurts. Let's try the den next. We're gonna go to the beast. Go to the cabin. Do not take the blade. You're just here to chat a little bit. Just go down. I'll check out your chains. I'm gonna go check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there.
Okay, I'll be here. Good luck.
She's nice. And then I don't think we can open the
try the
door.
door.
Yeah. I'll go back down.
You make your way to the bottom.
Okay. The blade just falls out of nothing. She started biting herself already. Oh my god. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but it did. And what we're gonna do is we'll slay her.
Without hesitation,
Oh,
bring the blade
God.
down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally.
This is awful. Oh, and then this gets kind of feral. Right, she lunges at me, even though her arm is like half dangling.
Your blade cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw.
Similar-ish outcome with the other one, because she's probably going to beat the crap out of me, but she's much more feral this time.
Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well.
Yes.
Your blade we can still turn this around.
We're just going to give up.
Are you serious?
And now we're in chapter 2, the beast. Here we're gonna fight her. We're gonna fight her a whole bunch. Oh, it's a warped one for sure.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Man, I feel like I don't even remember seeing a cabin like this before, but obviously we have seen it.
You take the blade from the table.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
We made her feral.
She sounds almost feral.
Yeah, she was already kind of that way at the end of the first chapter. We're in the darkness. We have no idea where she is. She's in chains, but the chains are probably quite something. We will move.
You lunge to the side, picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her. Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape. Shit, what do we do?
Run for the stairs? We don't have to kill each other. What if I helped you? What if we left together? If you could get out of here on your own, wouldn't you have already left?
You cannot reason your way out of this, fledgling.
At least she's upfront about her intentions. She's coiling for another strike. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills us.
Wait for her to strike and then hit her back.
This isn't going to work. We're in her domain. We just have to stay alive. If we keep dodging her forever, we're going to get tired. We're going to slip up. As the princess lunges from the shadows once more, you tighten your grip on the blade and lash out. It strikes, cutting deep, and the princess loses her focus, crying out in pained surprise as she crashes into you.
We're hurt, but she is too. That's like the theme of the entire Slay the Princess.
You're sent sprawling and can already feel the massive bruise blossoming on your ribs as she scrambles back into the darkness. Ha! Look at that! We wounded her.
And she wounded us. Bad trade.
That hurt. Are you just the cornered animal you seem to be? Or could you be a rival?
She rears back, then leaps at you, more forceful, more ferocious, more serious. The scuff, you collapse to the floor, and she wastes no time before pouncing on you in a flurry of claws and blood, your nerves barely able to keep up with the onslaught. By the end, you're lying in a nest of your own intestines, spine severed, blood rapidly draining out onto the jungle floor.
And
the
we're dead.
princess, drenched in both her blood and yours, idly prods your body.
I'm always normally a bird, but she's probably the most feral she can be here.
No, that's it then. Cornered animal it was. Do better next time.
We're not dead, but you don't have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die.
Right. And now we're in the den. This is the part that's been expanded?
You're on a path in the Yeah, we are. And this time we're not gonna run until we
Stubborn
die.
again.
We're taking her head on and we're winning. You felt her. She didn't have a soft underbelly. She didn't have blind spots. What could we have done that would have saved us from her hunger? When someone tries to make you dead, you have to hit them back. Great. So you've been here before. Oh, shut up. It bodes fine. You're the reason we're stuck in this shit situation. Now, and how do you intend to do that? We're going to fight her, and we're going to win. Well, no complaints here. Now, hold on. We're not just going to let the fact that he knows things about this whole Lupin situation go, are we?
Oh yeah, I believe we are. We'll just go. We'll figure out the plan along the way.
You make your way down to the cabin. Your fated confrontation awaits. You know what to do. So, we need a plan. We've already been over the plan.
We haven't talked at all.
I'm not sure that use violence counts as a plan. It's a better plan than you had last time.
I don't like this, but I'll try to keep us breathing.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
The interior is dark and overgrown. Vines and brush obscure so much of the place that, had you not seen the exterior, you might not have noticed this was a cabin at all. The only furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted stump, a pristine blade embedded in its exposed rings.
The pristine blade yet again.
The blade is your implement. Take it. We're not fighting a monster without a blade, even if it's not a very big one.
Okay, we'll take
No one
it.
gonna mention the mirror. What are you talking about?
No, we're not going to mention it.
Yes, take the steel claw. You pull the blade from the stump, gripping it tight. Good. One step closer to ending this.
We'll go. We'll swipe the mirror
Reach
clean.
forward and wave your hand over the open hole leading to the basement.
We just have to acknowledge it and then it disappears
See?
every time.
Nothing. Tricks of the eye. No one sense can be trusted on its own. You step forward into the darkness. If there were once stairs leading into the basement, there is nothing left to attest to their existence now. There is only a long tunnel of packed earth, growing more narrow as you descend. It smells of mold and decay. As you crawl forward on hands and knees, you're met only with the sounds of ambient earth. Stay quiet. Don't give her a sound.
We're in the den after all. We just immediately start talking. Yeah. We don't have to fight. I'm ready to let you out of here.
The princess leaves your remark unanswered. See? She knows. We have to be like her. Focused, present, patient. We're past the point of words anyway. This is a conversation that can only be had with hard steel and sharp teeth. You put the voices to the back of your mind and proceed down the stairs. The basement is dark and cavernous. It doesn't matter if we can't see down here. We know where she is.
We do. Step into the shadows, ready to fight.
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. There, she's about to strike.
The hunted is very
With the
helpful
near
for
silence of a
survival.
determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadows.
She's even... Oh, I take back earlier about what I said about being the most feral she can be. This is the most feral she can be. And maybe it's a little bit shocking, but she also has wings and... kind of like a female counterpart to me, huh?
You're quick to react, swinging your blade, its tip intercepting her before she can draw first blood. She recoils, stunned for a brief moment. See? I told you. We needed to assert our might. We needed to prove to her that she can bleed too. She'll doubt her every move now. Her gleaming eyes watch you from the shadows, unblinking. There's fear in them now, but it is a fear wreathed in fury. And beneath it all lurks something far more primal. Hunger. Yes, she knows your strength now, and she wishes to devour it. How unseemly.
Oh, I think this is the new content, the expanded. What do you want to do? You just want to eat me?
I'd like to see her try. The princess lunges with even more ferocity than before. Both voices were right. Within that ferocity there is the clumsiness of doubt, a chaotic dance between impulse and restraint. Not a word is spoken between you and the princess as you exchange blows in the dark, the glint of bloody claws and fangs, the flash of wet steel. In the pit, all of your senses are heightened, each injury stinging like a chorus of insects, each small shift in your favor a major victory that swells your confidence.
We're an even match for her.
And yet, for all the wounds you've managed to inflict upon her, you remain at a stalemate. And then you start to lose ground. While your body slows, hers quickens, her wounds mending as she licks the blood of her prey from her dripping maw. So she really can devour our strength. Can we do something like that? All these wounds are starting to add up.
This is... it's a very seductive pose of a creature, like a monster creature. We're getting weaker. How is she... She just has these properties because we... Who said that? Who said she was devouring our strength? The narrator, wasn't it? Damn you, why did you say that earlier? Maybe she wouldn't have been like that if you didn't say it.
Nah, screw that. We're not stooping to her level.
What?
We'll just have to give this our all, end it in one final hit.
No, we want to win.
We die if we do that. We have to make ourselves like her. We have to embrace instinct. She shifts towards you, her bloody grin shining in the dark. And then you see it. Your opening. Take it. Put her down like the mindless beast she is.
Embrace instinct.
You hurl yourself towards the princess's body, carving into her not with steel, but instead with tooth and claw. You are a blur of bloodied things that tear and rend. Yes, we are not prey. We are more.
We can do this absorbing thing too.
The princess howls in fear and outrage as you peel away a chunk of her flesh. But as the bloody meat slides down your throat, you feel invigorated. Your wounds burn less. You feel faster, more responsive. Again, The more we take of her, the less she will be able to take of us. There is no time to rest if you're to do this right. She tries to bat you away with her massive paw, but as it smashes into your ribs, you clamp your teeth around the limb. You give her no time to react before snapping it from its joint.
Oh my god!
The princess pulls back in pained shock as you crunch through bone, devouring the arm that was part of her. It's part of you now. Your wounds heal.
Are we just gonna eat each other to death? Her hind legs and her arms are not even the same animal type. Just like me.
That's disgusting. I don't want to do that.
Embrace instinct, hero!
You are the one who asked if we could do this, and if it means we win, well, we have to win. Victory demands we do whatever it takes to claim it. I didn't think it would be so dehumanizing.
Maybe because we've had stubborn twice now, but yeah, both of these roots are very like, yeah, we're gonna fight to the death.
But we feel bigger than her now, don't we? The feeling doesn't linger. As you choke down the last of her severed arm, she lunges, taking advantage of the distraction. In a frenzied flash of blood and feathers, she rips into your side, swallowing another piece of you. Weakness returns. Her arm starts to mend itself, fresh claws sprouting from developing flesh. We can't be small again. We have to take more. We have to take it now.
She can just regrow.
You descend upon her again, jaws gnashing, desperate to regain your power. You both lose yourself in the rhythm of the feast. You devouring her, and she devouring you, mending and bleeding and consuming in an endless cycle, on and on and on.
This feels right though. We're both animalistic, we're both feral. Doing it with a knife, it wasn't gonna be good enough.
Come on, just one more bite, then we'll have her right where we want her. Am I really the only one who's not on board with this? I'm gonna be sick.
Hero, you're too vanilla. Get with the program.
The more you consume, the more the lines that differentiate you and her begin to blur, the flesh of your bodies twisting into warped reflections of what you swallow. You have to snap out of this. You can't destroy her if you lose sight of yourself. We are the predator now. There is nothing to do but embrace our true nature. But words fade into hollow vibrations as you and she continue to tear at each other in the darkness. There are no beginnings. There are no endings. There are no moments of calm. There is only savage violence. Did you say no endings?
But he doesn't respond. He's gone.
But how are we supposed to know if we won?
We didn't. We both lost.
We have won. We'll never die so long as we keep eating. We can be forever.
Very romantic. Oh! But you and she are separated. Your flesh ripped from where it joins together. Before forever can come to pass. You lock eyes. You see a new emotion there. Shame. What have we done? They ask. We just gave in to the most violent versions of ourselves. You don't get the opportunity to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
No, that's it. That's it. Gaze into your reflection. The voices are gone. You can see that you are now unraveled. And we're back in the long quiet. So a bigger... Oh, wow. Is she that big? Yeah, so this scene got expanded with a bigger animal fight scene.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is consumed by instinct. a dancer moving to the rhythm of the flesh. She will make for a ravenous heart.
But the very last bit there, the eyes feeling shame. For a moment, she snapped out of the instinct, I guess. But not long enough for us to do anything about it.
She wishes me to devour you, to make you a part of myself. But she is only a voice. Do not mourn her, for she is part of something greater.
Yeah, alright. I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Everything goes dark, and you die. Right, we are at 4 princesses on the save file. I'm gonna set this aside for now, and we're gonna check out the last expanded chapter just on a separate thing. Oh, I probably should have done it earlier. This one also comes from the tower. Alright, this is the tower again. We are gonna take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar.
And then we'll actually listen to her when she says stuff like, drop the blade. Drop it.
The blade slips from your fingers and clatters uselessly to the floor.
I'm not surprised I've never done this before because I'm such a contrarian.
We didn't have to do that. And yet you did.
She's so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence.
Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
It doesn't look like I should be trying to give him for everything though. Just give him at least once. But try to resist her. No.
But the words don't leave your mouth. Instead, your legs buckle and your knees hit the floor.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk?
She wants something from me. No, I won't tell you.
You will.
Just do it already. It will feel so much better to do as she says.
I said no!
Such firm resistance. How surprising. Perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters. Pick up that needle.
You reach forward and grasp the blade.
And we're forced to stand.
Oh, we'll end this all right.
It's because I gave in one time. I don't think they'll even let me slay her. Slay yourself.
No, you can't just slay yourself. You're perfectly healthy and capable, and all you have to do is ignore her and do what has to be done.
Yes, but I'm physically incapable of doing that.
The blade and the hand that wields it remain firmly locked in place until you change your mind and decide to do literally anything else.
Look at you quaking against my will. An ant defying a god. It's pointless to resist. In the end, everything submits to oblivion. But you're not the one resisting me, are you? There's something else in there. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're
she
a
is.
small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits.
No. What are you talking about?
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
This is total submission.
You bring the blade to your
Oh
neck.
god.
You slice through soft flesh, severing veins and arteries. Your blood flowing freely down your body. No,
We didn't even get to slice our ankles this time.
When I see you again, you'll free me from my chains and deliver me to the destiny that lies beyond this place.
Right. And I'll see you again in Apotheosis. This is chapter 3. Apotheosis.
Oh, let me guess. And at the end of the path is a cabin.
Excuse me?
Come on, man. We can see it right in front of us. And besides, we've been here 5 times already?
I think this is 3.
Who cares? The woods are always the worst part anyway. Nothing ever happens in them.
He's not wrong.
I care. Every single time you've been here, it means an entire other reality has been damned to oblivion. One reality is already an incalculable loss. And there is a massive difference between 3 and 5.
Who's gonna tell him?
Feels like the numbers getting thrown around here are too big not to be abstract. Numbers like 5. Numbers like entire realities. At the end of the day, it's all just silly, isn't it? None of us can count to a whole reality, and he's asking us to think about the difference between 3 and 5.
Agreed.
You're already starting to lose the thread. Just because you can't personally sum up the contents of an entire reality doesn't mean that the people inhabiting it don't contain moral value. If you have any sense of ethics left in there, if you have any moral compass, please, you have to stop her.
You think about everyone else, but what about us? What about me and the princess? We're suffering here.
Don't you get it? Might makes right, and she didn't even have to touch us last time to prove her power.
So what? Just because she made us kill ourselves, we're supposed to submit to her authority without question?
I knew when to surrender to our better. You would have lost eventually anyway, and it would only have made her angry. It would only have made things worse for all of us.
Oh, for the love of... Can you all please just get on with it? You're not making this any easier for yourselves. Do we even have agency right now? We either do what she wants, or we do what he wants. Either way, we're listening to somebody. Please, nothing in life is a binary. Obviously, we find a third choice that nobody wants.
You all talk about choices and freedom, but there is no choice when it comes to the will of a god.
We haven't even started walking to the cabin and we're having this long debate.
I'm going to cut you off right there. She is not a god, and the more times you fail, the harder it becomes for you to succeed. But the fact that you're still here means you still have a chance to pull this off. So, princess, dangerous, cabin, slay, now.
I'm not... Stay where you are.
There's no room for indecision. You have to... The ground quakes beneath your feet, and you feel an unyielding force pulling at you and your surroundings. The trees start to sway, then crumble, breaking apart as everything is drawn towards the cabin. Even the earth beneath you seems to shift, your feet unable to grip solid ground as you're dragged forward along with everything else.
The end of everything. The beginning of something new. The moment we open that door, she will be free.
Any, words of warning? You already know everything you need to know.
The rest is up to us.
As you step forward, the cabin explodes.
Broken is ready to serve our new overlord already.
You're flung backwards, violently slamming into a tree as debris rains down around you.
Oh, wow.
You watch
Yes.
in paralyzed awe and terror as the princess emerges, her body unfurling from some vast space as she stands upright to face you.
Eyeballs on the bandages. She is not a princess. This is a queen.
The world bows to her. The roof...
Finally, the little bird has set me free. This is always how it was going to end. And this is always how it was going to begin.
That does make me wonder if we can resist you at this point.
There's a loud thunk from the tree behind you as something embeds in its shattered bark.
Oh!
Your pristine blade. It's now or never.
Hey, funny one. Didn't you say something about a third option earlier? One that would make everyone unhappy?
Well, we could always run away, right? To where? I don't know. Anywhere.
You're all ruining the moment of her ascension. Have you no respect for the divine?
Flee. Flee. We have to, right? We have to.
Cowed to your core, you turn to flee, leaping from the piece of floating debris and into the empty space beyond where the woods used to be. This isn't cowardice, this is a calculated move. Sure it is. Can it be a bit of both? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't just a little afraid of her.
Are you so awestruck by my glory that you cannot bear to look at me? I think not.
So this is definitely new.
As you fall, a great force pulls at the back of your neck, violently yanking you away from whatever lack of destination you were headed towards.
Now witness me!
Yes, Your Grace.
She turns you to face her. The scruff of your neck is held firmly between two giant fingers.
She could just squeeze me to death.
So much for running away.
I forgive you your transgressions, but my destiny is inescapable.
She's right, we don't even have a weapon. It's over, isn't it?
And yet she still extends her mercy. We should do as she says. Why are you all resisting in the first place?
Because it's fun to be contrarian, that's it, but at the end of the day, we all have to embrace our new goddess.
So much for spiting her. Spiting him it is.
Good. I can feel your heart opening to mine.
So I was only given one choice.
Her words are like a gentle tug, drawing you closer to the mountain of her body. You land softly on her shoulder. Her skin is warm and comforting. This really is the end. Is it the end? We're still here.
I don't see Hansi yet. Oh. The night sky unweaves into a textured nothingness. He does not respond.
Everything is gone but us and her. This is her power. This is where we're meant to be.
He's really gone. Huh, that's unexpected. But he would have said something by now if he were still here. Right? Yeah. Never knew when to shut up, that one. It's part of why I liked him so much. I can't believe all it took to make him disappear was saying no once.
Unfortunately, I think the same thing's gonna happen here to the rest of you guys.
Now?
This world is but an illusion, keeping us from my ascension. A play of shadows dancing on the wall.
The princess, no, queen, reaches forward in the textured nothingness and buries her fingers in its divine flesh. Her touch is soft. Wait, she's actually messing with it. I thought we were just gonna die here.
The flame may be snuffed, but the wall remains. This isn't just for my glory. You are a part of this now.
See? This is nice.
She's messing with
We're
it.
safe. She's helping us. She's helping everyone.
Oh! Her grip tightens, and somehow you feel it. The pain sits at the limits of your comprehension, like an endless sea of hands falling on you, one after another, before finally collapsing in on themselves. You lose yourself in the darkness. Scream in unintelligible agony.
It will be over soon, little bird. Then your eyes will open, and all of this pain will seem but the fading memory of a distant dream.
Soon? Soon? Does that mean there's gonna be more? My only comfort is that he isn't here to see us suffer. He would love that, wouldn't he?
He's always the first to go, but we're getting quite a bit of time after he's gone. Oh! The textured nothing is ripped open, and with it, you are ripped open. Amid a sea of dissociative pain, you can feel everything that is you pouring out into the ether. And you feel something else too. Anger. A need to lash out and hurt that which is hurting you.
Yes. Hurt her. Do something, anything, to make it stop.
no. If suffering is what she demands of us, suffering is what we'll give. Why would I doubt our God?
It is so tempting to see what's on the other side of that great big nothing, but I think I'm gonna lose myself if this goes on for much longer. Why do we have to be the ones going through all this pain while she gets all the benefits?
We're both going through pain, whether you can see it or not. Contrarian?
Blasphemer. We have been given the gift of offering ourselves to a higher purpose, and you spit in its face.
Broken gave up so fast. No, this is a love story. A love involves two people. Make her suffer with you. You are a wave of tendrils racing against themselves and down the shape of an arm. You snap around it. I wasn't even aware that I could make her suffer with me. Relief, as a massive burden is lifted from you. You are in one piece. You are in your body. Your eyes open. Before you is the massive form of the princess, arms bound by the textured nothing. Behind her, a hole in the world leading into something beyond. Something beautiful. A little bit of light. Oh, we can see through it! Oh!
I knew it! That old windbag was hiding all kinds of secrets from us. There's a whole world out there.
I don't know what to say. It's just so beautiful. Doesn't the mere sight make all the misery worth it?
It's not all that.
What did you do to me? I was supposed to be perfect. I was supposed to be a god. I was all of those things. And now I'm not. All because of you.
She looks up with futile sorrow at the something beautiful that sits beyond.
We could have had everything. If only you had given me a little more, we could have been free on the wings of my glory. Now we're stuck here. Forever.
I, for one, am perfectly happy to be stuck here forever. It's more than worth it if that's the price we paid for taking her down a peg.
But we were gonna be in pain forever, too. The hole mends shut. As it closes, the tendrils loose their grip, freeing the princess as they retreat. Oh, now we're getting it.
It's gone. No. No, how do we get it back? Can we try again? We'll suffer so much better if we get to try again, I promise.
Oh god.
It's so cold here. If this wasn't enough, then what is?
She was close enough to attaining, like, the full extent of her shifting mound powers. But you don't get the opportunity to try again, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone.
Wait, I'm actually curious about the other one, but let's see what this vessel says. Oh wow, she's her entire. Yeah, this art is the same, I think.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. Oh,
What do you think of this vessel?
this one sits at the cusp of awakening.
Yeah.
A new god, waiting to be born. She will make for a terrifying and divine heart. Do not mourn her, for she has finally found her light.
She was so close. Can we get her closer? Get her closer. Let's
Can
go.
it be a bit of both? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't.
And
So much for spiting her.
Can we leave like this? Can we? You're hurting me!
It will be over soon, little bird. Then your eyes will open, and all of this pain will seem but the fading memory of a distant dream.
She doesn't care about me.
Soon? Soon?
Suffer in the darkness alone. You can go. You continue to lose important pieces of yourself. The memories of entire lifetimes lived fade away into a space where your only recollection of them is that something used to be there. You die and are reborn, and die and are reborn, shrinking and shrinking again and again until there's no you left to die or shrink.
You've done so well, little bird. Behold, the fruit of your anguish.
Eyes open. Are they yours? They don't feel like yours anymore, but there is no other word to describe what they belong to.
Where are we?
Come on, make the hole bigger.
Does it even matter? Here, there, it's all the same.
You're all starting to sound like me.
Is that a good or bad thing? Your vision focuses, revealing what has been done. The world has opened up, and beyond is something beautiful.
Oh. What is that? I think I want to be there. It's where we're supposed to be.
Can we come back if we go there? I don't want to go there if it means we can't come back.
The princess steps forward, bringing you both to the edge of something beautiful. It is dizzyingly vast. It is blades of grass rapidly growing, but neither of you cross the threshold. There is a roaring, like underground thunder. She is stopped in place.
Were we supposed to stop?
No, we don't have enough power.
I don't think this is over.
After everything I cast aside on my path to ascension, what remnant of the old could possibly be left to defy me?
You look down. At the princess's feet writhes a shifting mound, a mass of hands clambering over each other, crawling their way up her body. They start to pull. The mound becomes a sea, and the princess struggles to stay afloat, to keep the two of you close to the hole in the world and the light of something beautiful beyond. But she is drowning. As the sea rises, she pulls you from her shoulder and holds you above the tide. You turn back to look at her. Is she trying to get me in the hole?
We have to be able to do something to help her. This can't be how it ends. It can't. It can't. It can't. It can't.
Damn, I kind of feel bad for messing her stuff over earlier, but it still ends the same way.
I think this is the end. I can feel every part of me freezing over.
It's not time yet. Hands reach over hands, pulling at her face, dragging her down into their frigid depths. She is tired, and life fades from her eyes.
You have been the only thing I've ever known to show me grace. I am sorry if I have not shown you the same.
It's cool. The princess summons the last of her strength, her face a shield of purpose and determination. In her final act, she hurls you toward the hole in the world, toward the something beautiful beyond.
Fly, little bird.
Oh.
No. No. I don't want to be somewhere she isn't. It would always be dark without her.
Oh, we're so close.
It's what she wants for us. But can we make it?
We gotta fly.
Of course we can. We can do whatever we want. And I believe in her.
Wow, for the contrarian to say that. Ah! But the hole seals before you can make it to the other side. If there is a time to bask in what lies beyond, it is not now. I'm sorry. Both of our efforts failed. As you turn back to look at her, you see that she is gone. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
And is that a...
Oh, well, of course, we gotta wait till the very end. They can't let you prematurely get out of here, but this is probably the closest we'll ever get to that happening. What do you think of this vessel?
This one sits at the cusp of awakening.
Yeah.
A new god waiting to be born. Do not mourn
Okay.
her, for she has finally found her light.
So this is the last of the expanded chapters. Oh, I like the expansions. They all do add some It's hard to imagine it without the expansions to begin with, because I think previously when we got to this giant one, it just sort of ended, but now we got this whole segment, giving us a glimpse of the beyond. The new chapters so far, both of them have been leaning towards more like Voice of the Smitten side, but the expansions are all on the more antagonistic side, getting a little bit existential too with the hole and the unraveling, my cells peeling away from each other and all that.